Hello, I'm Red, and today I'm going to be reading some r/IDontWorkHereLady stories. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. He assumed I didn't speak English. I'm originally from a small town in southern Italy, but I study foreign languages, one of which is English, in a big city. During summer holidays, I go back home and occasionally work in different supermarkets giving out free samples of new products. I work for an agency, not for the supermarket, and I rarely work in the same place enough to know where stuff is. In summer 2019, I was minding my own business, giving out free samples of mozzarella, and this guy comes up to me and asks in English, "Where are the chips?" He talked very slowly, but we rarely get any foreign tourists, so I assumed most people he spoke to didn't know English very well. I didn't know where the chips were, so I tried to tell him I didn't work there. "Sorry, I don't..." He cuts me off, thinking I was about to say I don't speak English. Turned to his wife and said something along the lines of, "Jesus, do these people even go to school?" He then turned to me and started describing chips, I think, with his hands. At this point, I was starting to get really annoyed. First of all, you are in Italy, talking to an Italian in English, and being outraged that I don't speak your language. Second, I do speak English, but you cut me off before I could answer. I looked at him and said, "Sir, I know what chips are. I just don't know where they are located specifically in this store. As you can see from my attire and my badge, I am not employed by the supermarket. I work for an independent agency. Oh, and I did go to school. I can actually speak 5 languages. How many can you speak?" His face turned red and he mumbled something and left. I hope he never found the chips. This is something I don't get about traveling. You are traveling to a different place. They are not supposed to make allowances for you. You're supposed to figure out how to get around there by yourself. You can ask for help politely, but don't assume that everyone should speak your language when you go somewhere. That's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, here's the next story. I'm using sign language with my deaf wife. My wife is deaf, I'm hearing. We communicate primarily in sign language, especially when we're out, since masks make any lip reading impossible. Last night we go to our local liquor store to pick up a fancy bottle of scotch to celebrate some good fortune in our lives. While the actual manager is grabbing the bottle from above the fancy scotch case, we're standing off to the side having a little signed conversation. A group of 6 people, 3 couples, walks up, probably in their early to mid-60s. Their ringleader walks up to me and parks his cart in front of me. "Chilled whites?" I stop my sign conversation and turn around. "Huh? Where are the chilled whites?" I'm still trying to get my bearings at what the heck he was talking about. Do you guys have chilled white wine?" I have no idea, dude. Do you think I work here? "Oh, I just saw you gesturing like you worked here." I'm using sign language with my deaf wife. Ringleader didn't even apologize. He just stood there stunned for a few seconds, then slunk off with 4 out of 6 of them trailing. The last couple stopped and the lady turns to us and in perfect, fluent sign language says, "I'm really sorry about that." Turns out she was a deaf educator for a while. We had a pleasant little chat where I explained that it was fine. I'm used to being mistaken for a manager, just not when I'm with my wife, since most people are terrified to approach a signing couple. I know a couple of signs in American Sign Language, because I use them with my kids, but I'm definitely not, can't sign properly. But signing looks so different than random gesturing. If you're having a conversation, it doesn't look like random. If someone's asking you where's something in a store, you go, "Ooh, ah." But like signing has a lot of other little movements in there as well. And I just don't get how you can be that ignorant, I guess. Okay, here's the next story. I was followed into the men's room. I'm 6'3" and I'm often asked to get things off top shelves in stores, which I'm more than happy to help, usually. Christmas 2018, I was walking through one of the last anchor stores that are common in malls, at least here in the upper Midwest US. As I turned to go down a hallway to the toilet, I hear a, "Sir, sir!" Normally, I would have at least engaged the person and tried to help out, but this was a bit of an emergency. Well, as the title suggests, she followed me into the men's room, and as I'm going into the store, she yelled at me wondering why I wasn't acknowledging her. She needed help now. She told me she needed to get a random product from the top shelf. I pointed out that I didn't work there. She said she knows that. She actually expected me to follow her out before I did my business. I just closed and locked the stall door and proceeded as planned. If she's not embarrassed by it, why should I be? She stood there for another full minute before I got an "F you" as she stormed out the door. I had a smartphone and nowhere to be, so even though I didn't need to, I spent the next 20 minutes in there. I couldn't decide whether to be happy or disappointed that she was gone when I got out. I'm sorry, even if they're an employee, why would you follow them into the bathroom? You know, like, no. Absolutely no. Okay, here is our next story. I got upgraded to husband from somebody I've never met before, in my car. So I had to stop and get breakfast before I went to work and thought I'd put minimum effort in and go to a convenience store. I parked my car in a front space, shut my car off, I then unlocked my doors to get out. Well, in the split second in between those actions, my back door flies open and somebody with bags in their hands starts sitting down. I cannot wait to get home. Now, I've heard the stories about people being crappy in this situation, and I didn't want this lady to A, say some funny business happened in my car and I go to jail, or B, run out of my car screaming and I go to jail. So I turn around and politely say, "Ma'am, I'm not your Uber." The lady finally looks at my face. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought you were my husband." Not with that attitude, I'm not. Now she's laughing and slightly teary, I assume from embarrassment. "I am so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry." It's okay. Please don't make a habit of getting into random people's cars. Please look in the window next time. "I'm so sorry. I thought you were my husband." I get that. Please exit my vehicle. "Oh yeah, sorry. Have a nice day." So, not the most exciting thing in the world, but it was definitely weird. And I guess maybe from her side it made sense. She gets off the phone with him and sees what she thinks is his car roll up, and as soon as she gets to it, doors unlock. I get it. Still scared the piss out of me though. Nice lady. Some say she's still looking for her husband to this very day. Oh God, I'm so scared to get into random cars. Like, you just never know. You know, like 900 times it's going to be fine, and then it'll just be like one time where it's not fine. And, you know, that one time is too much of a risk in my opinion. People need to be a little bit more aware of their surroundings. You know what? If this subreddit teaches you anything, it's that. I hope you guys enjoyed those r/IDontWorkHereLady stories. Read by me, Red. Please give the video a like if you did, and even if you didn't. And don't forget to subscribe as well. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.